Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Good, the Bad and the Stupid. It's Thursday the 19th of November. Thursday the 19th of November. And tomorrow's Friday the 20th of November. And then we've got Saturday the 21st of November. I'm scratching the days on the wall, you know, like they do in prison. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then across, then the 5. They're doing that, but scratching those on the wall like in lockdown. We've all got it. We're all doing it now. I'm mentally doing it anyway. I'm actually scratching it into my walls. But we're counting the days, aren't we? Until we're free. We're free as a bird. I'll tell you what. We won't even want to be free by the time it's all over. We want to be stuck in the house. We'll be like, I don't want to be on the outside. I want to get back indoors, scraping numbers on the wall, because we're all become institutionalised. You know, this is what you never know. This is what people are preparing us for, perhaps. Anyway, but they're saying that we might get out for Christmas. They might, tell you what, they're meant to be letting us out on the 4th of December. Must be closed, finishing the lockdown. So I don't know about, they're talking about Christmas, but it's obviously they're thinking about extending it. So if they do extend it and it goes to Christmas, then they said if we take Christmas off, because everybody's going to blank it anyway, if everybody gets let out fucking for a few days at Christmas, then we'll have to stay in the whole of January to make up for it. Fucking can't win. I'll tell you what, I ain't bothered. I'll stay in. It'll be doing me a world of favour. I haven't got to travel anywhere. Christmas, visiting here, there and everywhere. It's a good excuse to get out of it. So I say keep the lockdown going all the way through Christmas. Let's all do it by Zoom and stay home. And then we can all be free in the new year. Otherwise, I don't want to go all... I want to start the new year... a new year. I don't want to fucking start and be locked down for the whole of January. You'd think you're just going to go through it all again, wouldn't you? And pubs, if the pub are saying that, the pubs ain't going to like being shut down for Christmas at all, because they're saying some of them are saying if we're shut, we're going to have to close the doors for good, because Christmas is big money. Pubs, thousands and thousands of pounds, and if they can't get that, somebody's got to give them the money from somewhere. It'd have to come from the government. And I think the government's going to be paying the kind of money that you can take on a fucking Saturday night over Christmas. No. So, shame. We're going to be in a ghost town when it's all done and dusted. We're all going to have to... It's going to be anarchy. Even I'm the calmest of people. I'm the calmest going. Even I'm getting close to fucking starting to storm the streets and take back control. Anyway, but I'm a mere minion when it comes to the powers that are around in the world, especially looking at this here, because Britain must prepare to fight future wars in space, according to the head of the RAF. So we're going to be having... That's all right, it's better than in fucking on Earth. Rather have the battling each other in space, but because they want to be taking out each other's satellites... Because if the world's full of satellites and all the 5G and all that shit, then we're going to send shit up there to fight. Why don't you just go and go to the place where they're controlling them from? That's somewhere on Earth, isn't it? Easier target, I'd say. But they're saying here that we might have to prepare for space wars. I could imagine that. But I can see it is going to... It would get those ways in the future, of course. But... we'll be sending robots up, and they'd be robots, not human astronauts. It's not going to be like the Dam Busters or the Spitfires and stuff like that. It might be like the fucking Star Wars rather, when they're going into the Death Star, flying through with the fucking Hawk wings, I think they're called. Pretty cool job, I'll tell you what. I wouldn't fancy your chances of coming back alive, but it'd be fucking cool to be that guy. Like the guy who's just died, who he's a Red Bull. He's like a wingman, and he flies through the sky on wings like one of these Red Bull Challenge guys, and he's fucking got rockets on his arms and everything. Absolutely brilliant. But he's just died practicing in Dubai, so it's a dangerous sport. Shame, because he was a thrill seeker. But these things, unfortunately... I mean, I'd have died on the first attempt. At least he's had a good few years of fucking doing as he pleases, but you just can't get complacent. You got to you can. Can I get my words out? You can jump 1,000 parachutes. It only takes the one, and there's not much surviving a parachute fucking jump if things don't go according to plan. Anyway, brought the tone down a bit. Space Wars. Let's get back to Space Wars. Fighting aliens. That'd be the aliens would fucking destroy us. We would be only just getting up there with our clunky apparatus. They've been flying around in space for years, visiting and fucking. They know exactly what they're doing. That's their territory. That's like going into, turning up to America to fight with all the powers that America have got and turning up with a penknife. It ain't going to work. You're going to lose. Anyway, but unless you're in the Zulu, watch Zulu film to see how that could be turned around. I was saying that fucking there was plenty of them when the British tried to take over the fight against the Zulus when they lost big time. Michael Caine. Good film. It's a long film, but it's a good film. It's a long film. I don't think I could watch it all now. It's too long. Anyway, what's it called? Fairy Tale in New York. BBC. Boring bastard. What's the C going to be for? I'm not going to say what I think the C should be for because it's not what I think the C should be for. Boring bastards at Christmas. That's what I'm going to say. They're not going to let you. They're going to play the Fairy Tale in New York and they're going to edit it so you don't hear the swear word in it. That's just ridiculous. That's just like, or they're going to change the name to whatever the swear words in it are. I think people are grown up enough to handle when the words of the song, when everybody knows what the words are in the song anyway. It's just like, fucking hell, like treat us with like cotton wool. Like we're going to get those proper moaning minis, the little old grannies that accidentally walk past the radio and it comes on. Next thing you know, they're writing letters and sending it off to points of view. It ain't for them. They should go and listen to a station where it wouldn't be on, like Classical or something like that. Come on, it ain't going to offend me. Fucking hell, they're definitely ain't going to listen to this podcast if that's the case. There'd be I'd be like turning up with a penknife to a load of people with verbal shotguns that destroy me. They wouldn't like this podcast at all. All these people are offended by one swear word in a song. Please. Anyway, a nurse squealed with horror when she was confronted by an evil-looking Percy pig with just one ear. This is in the newspaper. I've cut this out because that's about as far from fucking news as you can get. It's a Percy pig, little sweet, and one of his ears is a different colour. And he's got like that's it. It's a little, and it's like a slightly different colour. It's nothing. And she's rang the newspaper for that. She's rang the newspaper, found the usually cheerful M&S sweet glaring at her as she scoffed a bag with her boyfriend. And he's got a slightly evil-looking face, she says. But the other ones don't look so evil. But this has made the newspaper. This has gone to M&S complaints, and it's found its way into the newspaper. So don't sell yourself short. If you see something that just looks like it should be just for you and your boyfriend, have a little joke. Chance your arm and ring the newspaper, because the newspapers have got fuck all to talk about these days. They don't report news. All they report is things like that, and they're running short. So, and they get paid for it as well, 50 quid. Just in time for Christmas. If you're running short of money, just draw a face on a piece of toast or something like that and send it in. It's like what's it called? You've been framed. £250 every time somebody. Half of them are just made up, aren't they? Because they're thinking, yes, £250, £250. Pretend to fall off that skateboard. There we go, £250. Because some of them, when you watch it, and half of them are just shit, aren't they? Some of them are genuine and they really have felt, but half of them are just crap, and they've got paid loads of money for that. Blue tits are down. Blue tits. We're running out of blue tits. Gardens across Britain have plummeted this autumn due to fewer bugs in the hot spring. Fewer bugs because of pesticide as well in hot spring and dry summers. So shame. I wonder where they're gone. Where the blue tits would go. Do they emigrate? Is anybody else somewhere in the country going, fucking what are these birds we've never seen before? These blue, well, they're called blue tits. That's rude. That's a rude word. I'm writing a complaint letter. We don't say tits on our birds. Anyway, we've got blue tits, we've got grey tits, and we've got a few tits. I think there's a few tits in the... anybody listening from a different country? Yeah, these are birds. Anyway, birds, they're called tits. I think we're the only the English people call tits anyway, don't we? I'm not sure. You'll have to let me know if anybody can be bothered. Very few of you are even listening anyway. So anyway, 8 million Brits, 1 in 7 of the adult population, wear the same undies for 3 days in a row or more, a poll shows, and women are just as bad as men for not changing their pants. I hope that's not true, ladies. That is foul. That is like, how do you not change them? Because you've somehow got to have a shower in between all that, at least. Are you not even taking them off completely for 3 days? I tell you what, and you think these women, sweet and innocent, smell nice. It's all the perfume. No wonder the perfumes are so strong if they're hiding things like that. Anyway, 8 million Brits. How the fuck have anybody has ever even owned up to that? I don't know. They've just made up that figure. If anybody came up and asked me that in the street, I wouldn't give them the honest answer if it was true. I'd say, no, I change them every day, mate. Even if I've had them on for 7 days. Of course, you're not going to tell the truth. So women, you'd never ever think a woman would own up to it. They must have been asking it around Scarborough and Hull, or some real council estates in some of the roughest parts of the country. Not necessarily Scarborough and Hull. I'm from Birmingham, and there's plenty of fucking people who'd be wearing them who I would consider culprits on my estate when I grew up. Anyway, last one I'm going to do. Spike Lee is directing a movie about Viagra. That's going to be hard to watch. I was dying to get that joke out. It ain't even a good joke, but what else could you say? It doesn't sound very good. It's a movie about Viagra. I guess it's about... The part of the movie is about somebody who can't get an erection, and then he takes some Viagra. Is it a romantic comedy, a rom-com? Because they pretty much could tell the story right even now. Anyway, there you go. I won't be auditioning for that one, I don't think. It sounds like there's a lot of nudity in it. And anyway, how are they going to... No, I was going to say, how are they going to show whether he's gone from being soft to hard? I was trying to think of other words then, but I've had to use the main words, otherwise I was going to be stomped. So yeah, anyway, there you go. I don't know if that's going to be any good, but it's based on a musical. So it's a musical film about Viagra. I tell you what, I wait with anticipation. I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you again tomorrow, perhaps. See ya, bye.